Hello, beautiful people. It's Bonnie Gillespie here with you on Facebook Live, replay at YouTube. Come over to Facebook and comment because we'll keep comments open over there. But thank you so much for watching this in replay while I am waiting for those of you who are joining us live to join us live. Thank you so much for showing up on this Friday afternoon. I am in an alternate location. If you've been following me on Instagram, you know exactly where I am and what's going on. It's heavenly here. I was actually considering broadcasting outside because I call it June gloom because this is what June gloom looks like, but it's April, so that doesn't make much sense. But we're at the beach. This is Point Doom, and I can't see beyond the vineyard that is the backyard. I know, crazy, right? Because the fog has just decided to sit. And so normally there's ocean and Santa Monica down there and Catalina out there. And right now it's just all covered in with some fog. I mean, but that's beautiful. I love that. Anyway, I am at a friend's house. And let's see, I think you may be able to see a cat over my shoulder. Let's see. Can you see a cat over my shoulder? Trying to see here. If you can. Quite possibly. Did he move? He moved. Oh, he squatted down. Let me see if I can. Can you see him? You'd see his ears. He's not on the bar. He's on his kitty condo that is next to the bar. But anyway, that is Big Gus. And then there's also Fig Leaf, which is the black cat that only comes out at night. He's amazing. I'm his person, apparently. And then there's also Ziggy, giant husky. Oh, and Gordon the lizard. Yeah, did you get the Big Gus sighting? Anyway, Gordon the lizard. Keith is out at the park with Ziggy the husky. So there may be a teenager or something that comes running through here at some point because we are in a space where family does have access, but we're at a friend's place while they are, for the most part, out of town. And I am enjoying soaking in all the beautiful space that this is. And we had an in-house team day yesterday. So Erin was over here. And she and Keith and I got a ton of work done about where we're headed and where we're growing and, of course, all the business that we're always taking care of here in our world. But it's just been remarkable to get to be in this space and kind of just consume the beauty of it and just live in that. And, of course, because Keith and I are pet-free presently, one of the things that we keep talking about is that, eventually later this year, much later, maybe December, it's going to be puppy time in our lives. But what we really wanted to do was create enough space in our lives to not immediately jump to new pet as soon as we became pet-free last summer. And so because I had my mom's cats just a couple months before Keith came into my life because she had passed away, and so I inherited them, and they were pretty young. And so it's been those two plus a rescue that we got in 2004 all the way till last summer. And so I was like, whoa, let's find out what our relationship is like without animals, what it is for us to be able to pick up and just go and stay somewhere and not have to arrange for critter care. And especially in the last year of Thwok's life, to not have to arrange for special needs critter care, which meant two pet sitters, one who could come over at one point and one who could come over at another point and administer drugs and just all the stuff. It's what would it feel like to not have all of that? And so getting to be here and having lots of pets to be responsible for and have to, especially with a husky, go take it out and go to the park and play and run out all that energy. And then again, go back out into the yard and throw things and fetch and just go through all of that and remember there's actually a reason that it feels good to have some of that space right now. And so we're trying to really appreciate where we are rather than rushing to fill that void. And really this kind of connects with today's Bond Blast, which of course was technically a Fired Up Friday, because when I send them on a Friday, it's a Fired Up Friday, even though they are all Bond Blasts. So thank you so much. If you're not on the mailing list, you can rectify that by just going to bonniegillespie.com and putting in your address in the little thing that pops up there over on the side, or you can start an 11-day free journey through your tools and mindset tune-up if you are in showbiz. And we will soon have a version of something up at the website for those of you who are not in showbiz who would like to have a free journey through a tools and mindset balance. That's part of what we're working on this summer, so it's all very exciting. Yes, Melissa, the Huskies are beautiful dogs and they love to sing. So we were having lots of conversations with the husky, which is super fun. And April, you've got a puppy and you can chat with me about it and prep me for it. Yeah, like, cause that's it. When we do pets again, it's going to be puppy or puppies. And I need to be sure I am really ready to make that happen. Oh, thank you, team. I forgot. I have a team. Let me put this on my screen. I think I can put this on my screen. Look at that. I commented and my hands were here the whole time. Thank you, team. I appreciate that. I'm pretty sure that is the amazing Erin, but no matter which member of amazing Team Bonnie Gillespie that you are, thank you so much for helping out. Laura, it's absolutely my pleasure to be here. I love doing these. These are super fun. I have such a blast getting to connect with you guys and just chat about some of the things that I put forward in the Bond Blast. Because these are things that I think about regularly. I am a growth management junkie. And what I mean by that is I think we don't spend enough time focused on managing growth in our lives. And if we ever want anything that we aspire to have to stick, if we ever really want success to kind of land and take root, we gotta prepare better for it when we're in the times of what we might call struggle. And, you know, this I wrote about last week when I said, look, the energy has to go somewhere. If a big part of your life has always been the struggle, if you have felt like, especially as a creative artist, that you've had to be on the hustle constantly and everything feels like a lot of work and a lot of heavy lifting, at some point when something works and you're successful, then there's all this energy that you're used to using for stress and struggle and strain and hustle. And suddenly you don't need it like that anymore. So where does that energy go? Because it doesn't just dissolve. It doesn't go away. The energy has to go somewhere. And that's why so oftentimes we'll have people who are incredibly successful suddenly lose everything in their relationships or they'll turn to drugs. Like there's just this void that takes root because they didn't create space for the success to take root. And so I'm passionate about growth management because I think if we don't put ourselves in a position to consistently allow success to land and stick, it's only going to every now and then hit and then bounce out and hit and bounce out. And you'll see, if you've not seen this in your own life, you've seen this probably in others, but a lot of people have experienced this where it's like you'll flirt with success or you'll have what feels like a tear jump and then immediately slam back down to the tier below. And you're like, son of a fuck, I thought that I had grown my business to the point where I could make this much money or I could go out for this kind of role or I could have this level of agent. And then the next thing I know, I'm dropped. I'm back to my old quote. I'm not where I thought I got. What the hell happened? And whether you call these upper limit problems or if you call this resistance or if it's just getting in your own way, self-sabotage, it's all the same no matter what label you put on it. It is simply because we're not often practiced in how to receive and then sustain success. So what is the thing that we're probably doing, especially if we find that we've got these big goals that we just can't seem to hit, or if we hit, then we bounce back out? Well, this is where I see the mixed messages that are going out constantly. Like I'll work with clients who are absolutely saying all the right things, doing all the right things, moving forward in all the right directions. You're like, there's no reason they should be anything but successful because you're just seeing all the good work getting put in. But then they'll say something just even as a throwaway comment that makes me go, oh, hang on. What is that thought attached to? Those words that you just said, where do they live? Where in your brain does the thing live that says it can't be this easy, or there's some hell that you've got to pay if you are successful, that there's got to be some balance to it, or there's some story in your life about how you can't, Lady Gaga's a perfect example. If you've seen her documentary on Netflix, there's just this, you can't reach a certain level of success without your relationship being sacrificed as a result. And so that idea that you can either choose financial success and career success or relationship success, that's a very real one that a lot of us hold. And so I like to get under the hood a little bit and find out what might you be putting out in the universe that is kind of telling the world, I don't actually want all the success that I say that I want. And so the example that I put out today in the Bond Blast, which if you haven't read it or you're just coming across this video, or if someone sent you a link to this, you can go over to bonniegillespie.com right now. And I think my team can pop in the exact link, but it should be bonniegillespie.com/mixed-messages, and read the post where I gave some specific examples about things that you say. One of them that seems to be a big one for people is, I want to feel beautiful. And then someone tells me I'm beautiful or gives me a compliment, and I'm very quick to say, oh God, no, I'm so tired. I didn't get any sleep last night. Or, oh God, this is it that I'm working right now. Or, I got to get my roots touched up, or what, like, I feel so bloated. And so I'm not comfortable right this second. So you should have seen me last week. I was looking great. And it's like, did you just tell the universe, I want to feel beautiful? Someone came to you and said, I perceive beauty, and you went, don't do that. Or you go, why do you have to objectify me and talk about my beauty? Well, you're the one sitting there putting out there, I want to feel beautiful. And then when someone comments on beauty and then you see it as a slight or something, like those are mixed messages. And so we have to be really mindful about what it is that we're telling the universe we want. Another example of that is, if you are someone who is certain you've got more money coming, that you are going to be bringing in a lot more money than you are right this second, but right where you are, maybe low budget projects, maybe you're like not at the level that you know is possible for you and that you can see on the horizon, you know, you're putting in the work and you know it's coming. And so you stop being grateful for, Big Gus. Gorgeous. I don't know if you're able to see that he has two different colored eyes. You seriously have to make sure that you get the attention. You are so beautiful. See, no problem hearing you are so beautiful. Did you see that? No problem. No problem. You are so beautiful, and you will accept that, won't you? Yes, I will. I will accept that compliment and treats. This cat, oh my God, this cat's amazing. Anyway, two different colored eyes, Maine Coon, absolutely gorgeous, and a kitten. This is not even a year old, and he's massive. So anyway, I know, right? It's so easy to like, if only we have the enoughness of cats. Cats have amazingly high enoughness. # goals. Cat goals. I know, right? Beautiful, beautiful cat. Anyway, got distracted. Be like the cat. Yes, Kimberly, let's all be like the cat. Nothing wrong with that. Yes. Go get yours. Feel like you belong everywhere. And when something's in your way, knock it off, because somebody will pick it up. Like, right? No, okay. Maybe that's a little too far. But let's go back to the money part specifically, because I see this happen a lot, where someone will get praise for a low budget project that they've done. And then they're so quick to say, oh, but it was just low budget, or it's a non-union project, or it's just a crappy student film, or whatever. And I'm like, okay, you want to be making $10,000 a day doing your first guest star, and you're telling me not to bring you more, me being the universe, you're telling me not to bring you more when you're even making $100 a day on this spec project that you got paid at all. If instead is met with, how awesome. I am so grateful that I got paid for my work. Sure, there is so much more ahead. Sure, there is a bigger job coming down the line. Sure, I know something better. I am striving toward that something more. But how fucking awesome that today I got paid. This was great. And it tells the universe, it tells me, it tells the world, how awesome is this validation, this verification, this check mark next to, I want the universe to know, yes, this or something better. And that's the mantra that I use. This or something better. I find myself very quick to notice, like, what can I improve upon? And I realize, like, my set point is just one of, like, producer brain. I walk into any situation and I'm just like, okay, what could we be doing better? What can we optimize? What can we make more efficient? How can we make this the best it can possibly be? Producer brain. It's a wonderful brain to have, unless the thing that you really need to make happen is gratitude. Because that coming from a place of what can I fix means I'm always looking for a problem. And I'm like, technically, I'm not always looking for a problem. Personally, Bonnie Gillespie, not going around looking for problems. However, what am I telling the universe if my worldview, if my first stop is how can we make this better? How can I make the Facebook group better? I mean, for fuck's sake, 12,000 something people in the Self-Management for Actors Facebook group. And every time I go in there, I'm coming from a place of service. How can I make this place better? How can I role model the kind of posts that I want to see done here? How can I answer the questions that everybody has? How can I steer folks toward better posting so the entire community benefits from what's going on in here? And how can I make sure that my moderators and my admins and my informal leaders are feeling supported? So I come in like on the job. And if that is the worldview that I have for everything, I'm actually telling the universe, please always make sure that you show me some problems so that I have something that I can fix. So I've started checking myself and coming from a place of what can I be grateful for? And then how can I make it better? Just changing that order of operations is having a huge effect on the strength of my relationships, the joy in the work that we're getting done together, that instead of my coming in hot going, oh, hey, do it this way. Hey, can you fix this? You know, like saying to my team, I don't even start with oh my God, thank you so much for doing this. Hey, can you tweak this? I start in with tweak this, tweak this, tweak this, tweak this. And then I go, oh, and thanks. No. Team, thank you. Oh my God, thank you. And then there's the part of my brain that goes, no, the paycheck is thank you. And it's like, no, worldview. Thank you. This is amazing. Oh my God, look what we've built. How awesome is this, that this is what we get to do for a living? While we're in here, here are some improvements. Here are some ways we can make this better. And then let's all benefit from how we all make things better. But starting from that place of gratitude, this or something better allows me to be grateful for exactly what I have, where I am at any moment. And then, or something better, leaves me open to the yes and of the universe. And it allows me to come from a place of appreciation rather than from one of, when does the thing I really want get here? And that's what I notice happen with a lot of creatives. When does that thing that I want get here? And I'm like, at what point do you get to enjoy the life you've created if you've spent so much of your energy going, well, there's a day down the line where I'm going to get the thing that I want. And when that gets here, then I will be happy. It kind of doesn't work like that. Because at some point you realize I'm always striving for the next thing. I'm always growing. I'm always looking for the next thing. There's always the next goal. There's always that thing that's going to be even better. There's no end date to this journey that is, oh good, I checked that box. I finally booked that role that paid that amount or put me on that set. Dismount. Now I can have all the joy that I've been holding away from myself while on the pursuit and on the hustle because I've been wanting that thing so bad. And I'm not saying don't have wants, don't have goals, don't have desires. But if your desires are running sideways to your beliefs, if there's something that says, well, it's got to be hard, or I've got to struggle, or it's got to take a long time, or it's got to be at the sacrifice of my health, or it's got to be at the sacrifice of my relationship, well, then your world is going to prevent you from getting those things that you say you want because you don't want to have to lose all of this in order to have those things. Or you will get those things that you say you want and have all of those things go sideways. Have poor health, have poor relationships, have addictions, whatever. And the truth of it is we can have it all. We can absolutely be completely happy, completely healthy, and completely satisfied romantically, career-wise, just in all aspects, we can be completely fulfilled. But we actually have to believe that that can be true, and that it can be true from a place of where I sit right now. That there's not some future version of me that magically has all this shit together. It's that, no, I have all this shit together right here, right now. I am going to continue striving in the direction of my goals, but I'm not going to do so while selling out who I currently am. Who I currently am? Pretty fucking badass. This or something better. This or something better. Cool. Hey, I love that, Kimberly. Thank you for giving me a reason to give you a paycheck. Love that. How to be humble and still talk things small. Claudia, are you talking about how that balance of you want to come across as humble and grateful and also appreciate the growth that you want to see happen? Or are you saying that there's a need to keep things playing small? Give me a few more words, Claudia, so that I can understand that. Let's see. Miss Melissa, dealing with this as I'm walking through that tier 3 door. Oh, awesome. I'm excited, ready to receive bigger jobs, higher income, but uncomfortable and scary because I'm not used to it. All growth can be scary and uncomfortable. I mean, think about what growth is. It is absolutely growing past what has become normal. And that stretch is always a little uncomfortable. But a stretch for any goal that we put out there is going to be somewhat uncomfortable. And then it becomes the new normal. And that's the part that's all about growth management, because once that becomes the new normal, if you don't have a new thing to stretch toward, you get complacent. And humans don't like being complacent. We like to grow. Certainly there are certain kinds of people that just are like, no, I'm good. I check. I'm lazy. I like this. This is the exact minimum that I ever want to achieve or experience. And that's cool. If you can be satisfied with that, awesome. Not me. I am always looking for what's the next. But looking for the next is different than what's the bigger, better deal. What's the shinier object, because I so want to appreciate exactly where I am. And I find if I'm too focused on what's that next big shiny thing down the road, then I'm not even enjoying where I currently am. Yeah, growth management is something that I am fucking passionate about. No question. Aaron says, I read somewhere a while back, cats actually respond very well in their brainwaves to being called handsome or beautiful. Well, then you know what? Cats are wired right. Because if they do respond well to being called beautiful, which honestly, I think anything responds to having something that feels like affection or appreciation. And so then it's just a matter of how we color that. Is that referring to someone's beauty? Is that referring to someone's smarts? Is that praising someone? If we talk love languages, that might be actually touching someone, not a stranger. Come on now, boundaries. But if that is your words of affirmation, or if you've not studied the love languages, they are phenomenal for really getting to understand what it is that makes you feel loved, and then also what you may do to show love as your primary, but may not be received as love because other people don't value that because it's not their primary love language. It's so fascinating. Just if we think about how the intention feels, that even if I'm saying, oh, you're a very bad boy. Yes, you are, to the dog. He's like, she likes me, because I'm saying it in a sweet, like, I love you voice, even though I'm actually like, I'm going to kill you. Yes, I am. But I'm not. Of course I'm not. I'm not going to kill you. My God. Because no, it's an animal. It's an animal. Claudia says, very thankful for things coming my way. I struggle with just saying thank you. God, yeah. Yeah. And Claudia, you mentioned here, let me put this on the thing here under the cat. I'm still like, the fact that this is the position that this cat chose during my broadcast. I mean, like all day long. No. But right now, this is where I would like to be. Serious. That bitch knows his light. He knows his angles. He knows where that camera is. I am talking about you. Amazing. Amazing. All right. So Claudia, specifically, I grew up maybe even say no to offered things just to stay humble. So Claudia, let's think about that. If you've been conditioned to tell the universe, no, and then the universe is trying to bring you the things that you pray about, the things that you journal that you hope will come, the things that you wish for when you're blowing out birthday candles, the things that you put out there as your intentions, the things you vision board, no matter how much of that you're doing, if you are also constantly going, no, I'm fine. No, I'm good. And you have such a strong muscle for, no, I'm fine. You are cock blocking the universe, trying to deliver to you constantly the stuff that you told it you wanted. Because you told it two things and it doesn't know which one to serve. So it's going to serve the one that you are more practiced at. And what do you think is the one you're more practiced at? That new vision of that new role that you want, or that new vision of that new relationship you want, or that new vision of that new wealth you want, or that car, or, I mean, it doesn't even have to be a physical manifestation, the health or the vitality that you want, or the very, 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 very well practiced, possibly even generationally accepted message of, oh no, I'm good. No, I'm fine. No, I'm okay. Thank you. No, I'm so okay. Thank you. Now, I'm not saying go off the deep end all the way to the other end of the spectrum and become a diva and just start snatching all the things that you want. Although there is something to be learned about walking into a space and feeling like, yes, I own this room and I deserve all the goods that come at me from this space. There's a lot that's fantastic about that too. So of course, learn from that. But I also don't think if you've got a set point in your life of, no, I'm fine, that you're going to oversteer to something that becomes full on diva. What you're probably going to do is just turn that dial the tiniest little bit. And it's going to take practice, because the more practiced thing in you is the, no, I'm fine. No, I don't need anything. I'll just sit over here in the dark. Don't mind me. Like, a lot of us have that. And if instead you can start by, actually, you know what? That would be great. Thank you so much. And the first time you do it, you may feel really freaked out. And when that happens, I want you to go, ooh, there's me growing. There's me growing. It's good. It's safe. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Whew. That scary stretch right there, it's growth. Cool. Yeah? Can you play with that a little bit? I would love to find out how that works for you, Claudia. I would love to know. Let's see. Melissa, blew my trip to New York the day before I left because of a panic attack the morning before. Still kind of depressed because I'd set up some next year stuff and I let my fear stop me. Hey, Melissa, here's what I would recommend is, instead of saying I let my fear stop me, say I'm really glad that my fear showed me how loud it wanted to be. And next time I will hear it and then do it anyway. I'm going to do it scared. I'm going to do it in the throes of the panic attack. And as someone who suffered panic attacks for decades, and who even gets nervous talking about panic attacks, because I'm like, please don't come back. But I know how to handle them now. But yeah, there was a time. So I get it. When you're in the throes of it, like, doing anything is just like, nope, that's not going to happen. But I would love it if you could go ahead and start softening how you talk about that with yourself, and allow yourself the space of, okay, my fear needed to let me know that it was going to be really loud, and it was going to be loud when you were in a room, when you were at those next tier opportunities. And part of our work is to take that panic down a notch before it can really take hold. And so the way I've been trying that, so I'll suggest this for you as well, because maybe you'll find opportunities to do this. We're doing our brand expansion. We're growing beyond show business. I'm taking my work to way more than just the creatives of the entertainment industry, which I've been doing forever, but I've been doing it quietly forever. And now I'm getting less quiet about it. I am specifically creating things that are meant for people outside of showbiz, which I've never done before. It's always been like showbiz, but if you're not in showbiz and you like this, great, you can come do it too, and just ignore the stuff about headshots. But the rest, it's still all good for everybody. I'm now actively pushing into this new direction, and every day I'm terrified. Every day I do something that's outside of my comfort zone, which is why the growth management work is feeling so front and center for me. And one of the things that I started doing in one of my mastermind groups is when I report, they ask, like accountability, like what have you been working on this week? What did you get done? What did you move forward? And we all, come in and celebrate our wins, or we talk about our blocks. And that's, it's like a typical mastermind. Yes, I get coaching. Yes, I go to masterminding. All the things that I tell my clients you should consider doing, I do, because that's why I know they work, because I do them. Duh. So anyway, as I'm in this mastermind group, I actually started ending each of my accomplishments with the phrase, and I didn't die. I don't have to do this anymore, but for the first few weeks that I would report in, we started the trademark process for a new brand, and I didn't die. We started using a new email address that's not self-management for actors, and I didn't die. We shifted over to a new way of doing our emails, and I didn't die. We hired this expert in this area to help me expand my writing in this direction, and I didn't die. And just something about adding that like ridiculous phrase, and I didn't die, because I'm actually going to die because we hired an SEO expert to tell me what I need to write about, a person who's written for a living her entire life. Of course I wasn't going to die. Doesn't matter. My amygdala, 100% certain I was going to die. Absolutely terrified. Absolutely in protective mode. Absolutely doing whatever it takes to tell me, stop doing this. This growing is risky. This is how we die. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. So every time I do it, I have to come up with ways to encourage myself. Hey, good job. Good job. So if you're a gold star person, give yourself some gold stars. If you're the kind of person who needs an actual cookie as you did it, have a cookie, like seriously come up with whatever that reward is. For me, I do really well with, and I didn't die, because then it also puts in check the reality of, oh my God, there's a part of me who believes I will die. Like I really almost went into a panic attack the day that we decided to change the main email address to the team at bonniegillespie.com. Okay, listen to that. What? Changing the email address from SMFA at Self-Management for Actors to the team at bonniegillespie.com seriously almost put me in a panic attack, to the point where I had to tap out of the conversation. Aaron and Keith were having the conversation. This was a couple months ago. And I was just like, nope. And I needed to make a decision. I needed to decide something right then. And I went, I'm out. What? What? Yeah, it's that serious. Because to a place in my brain, anything outside my comfort zone equals risk of death. And we only have two goals when we're born. They are eat and don't get dropped. And don't get dropped means don't die. Well, so does eat. So the only thing we really fear is I'm going to die. So, Melissa, back to yours. I would love for you to go, I canceled my next tier trip to New York and I didn't die. Because that comes from a place of empowerment of, yeah, that panic won. That panic won. If we had a scorecard between trip to New York with all the next tier meetings or panic and staying small, panic, you won, and I didn't die. Because that tells panic and the amygdala, I am still growing. Maybe that New York trip at that moment was too big, too scary, too close to I'm going to die in terms of just from an evolutionary standpoint, the fears. And so, cool, got it, but I didn't die. And that is telling you, next trip to New York, next tier opportunities, I'm probably going to show up. I'm going to get one step closer. And that's really all we can do sometimes is get one step closer. And if one step closer is I went to New York and then stayed in the hotel room the whole time because I couldn't go to any of my meetings, that's okay. You got to New York. Progress. Progress. We're turning a dial. That's that growth management. We're turning a dial on what it is that becomes the new normal. And what we ultimately want the new normal to be is, I fly all over the world. I take meetings everywhere. And sometimes it's on a private jet. And we want all of that to feel normal, right? The way it starts feeling normal is you remind yourself you didn't die when you made the tiny, tiny, tiny bits of progress along the way. But if we sell out those tiny bits of progress, we're sending mixed messages to the universe. Yeah, you bet, Claudia. It's absolutely my pleasure. Yeah, have fun with your own progress. If you're not having fun with your own progress, oh my God, think of it like a professional athlete is having fun every time they challenge themselves in practice. Every time they are on their own team playing against each other to get better so that when they play other teams, they are their best. They're having fun. Yeah, they're doing hard work, you bet, but they're also having fun. So see part of this as your workout and give yourself credit when you've had a good workout. And so sometimes your good workout is, oh, hey, I just recognized some growth. I need a nap. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Good, Hillary. I am so glad this is helping you. My pleasure, Melissa. Absolutely my pleasure. Let me see what else. Hey, Debbie, I'm glad you came by. Oh, Aaron. Good. I'm glad this is timely for you. Let's see. Cynthia, so relate to this. Feel like I already have the perfect life and I'm more fortunate and privileged than 99% of the people in the world. So asking or aiming for anything more from the universe feels selfish and greedy and full on diva. Yeah, but Cynthia, it's not. Our work is to grow. But if we don't grow, we're kind of not having the full human experience, right? Oh, yes. Yes. Okay, let's see here. I think this is Tanya K. Used to do co-stars and guest stars. Let me put this on the screen. It's a little large and I don't know if it'll all fit, but let's try. Used to do co-stars, guest stars. I know everybody's like, it says Zach, Bonnie. That's not Tanya. This is Tanya. I know Tanya. This is Tanya. Anyway, this is Tanya. This is Tanya K. Okay. Used to do co-stars and guest stars on TV jobs and leads in indie film supporting in modified low budge. But in the past 4 years, let go of high tier agent, not getting into residuals or paying rooms anymore, and not getting interest from my targeted agent submissions. Still forging ahead. Curious, how can I return to the tier I was navigating before? Or am I missing something in perspective? Maybe I'm supposed to work low budget. That doesn't feel right either. Any perspective you have is appreciated. But the question I have for you, Tanya, is did it feel right when that was your daily? Were you, like, to take it into what today's lesson is, were you enjoying being at that tier? And were you saying, I am so grateful for these co-stars and these guest stars and this modified low budget and this indie work? Or were you going, but when am I going to get to series regular? When am I going to get to full codified budget? When am I going to get to studio franchise projects? And so I'm not suggesting that is where your head was, but I want to check, because to have been in a place where all of that was firing, the question becomes, were you going this or something better? Or were you going, okay, great, but next? Because that is exactly the symptom to the issue that I was describing for a lot of people with this sort of work, which is that we so quickly negate the positive about where we are because we are so focused on where we want to head, that we miss that infusion to the universe that, no, this is good. I'm totally cool with what you're giving me. This is amazing. I'm getting so much out of this, and let's keep going. Yeah. Yeah, Greg, you do need to check your emails, sweetheart. I emailed about this last night. Yes. Oh, good, Liz. I'm so glad. Good. I'm glad you're getting a lot out of this. Yeah, y'all feel free to put in questions if you want. I'll take a few minutes and answer other questions that you have on this, or other topics as well. But yes, Greg, the Bond Blast that went out last night, mentioned today. And if you follow me on Instagram, I put up one of those things that's like a countdown. And I don't know if y'all, in my stories, if you follow those, you can put, there's like a little button on the countdown, and then you can click it, and then it will say, do you want to subscribe to this countdown? And then it will send you an alert in Instagram when I'm about to go live on Facebook, because Facebook owns Instagram. But also I could make it a countdown to anything I want. Like, oh my God, I'm going to make a countdown to my birthday. Who wants to subscribe to the countdown to my birthday? Woo. Me, because I always celebrate my birthday, but also my birthday is going to be a quarterly call because we always do those on the 11th of January, April, July, and October. And if you're like, what is she talking about? Hi, go over to BonnieGillespie.com. Get yourself signed up for the Bond Blasts and follow me on Instagram. Ooh, look, I can put that. Hang on. Oops. Add to broad. Oops. Put this one. It clicked on the wrong one. There. Okay. No worries, Greg. Yes. Get your money worth of all my free things and my not free things. Get your money's worth on all of it. Get your money's worth on your life experience. Heck yeah, babe. I'm so with you on that. But head on over to BonnieGillespie.com. Get yourself signed up for all the things. We are about to enter a really intense, now things are open in the wrong place. Oh, this broadcast studio. Why? Okay, there. Okay. All right. And right as I'm getting used to this broadcast studio, by the way, we're going to start using a new thing, or I think I still use this, but then it's going through a new thing to do new things because technology, moving target, for fuck's sake. So, I mean, but that's talk about growth management, be in tech. And then you just learn that there's always a new thing. And this is one, oh my gosh, this is one where I just shared an article that I had written years ago where one of my clients was so brilliant. She was like, I keep not taking action on my website because I'm convinced that I won't get cast until I find the perfect shade of purple for my website. And I was like, you heard yourself, right? And she's like, oh no, I heard it. I hear it loud and clear. I cannot believe that there's a part of me who is not getting this shit launched because I'm so nervous about getting it right. And that perfectionist thing is such a loop. Oh man. But technology is always a moving target. Things are always changing, always shifting. And so my point in all of this is that we are going to be doing a whole bunch of live broadcasts through the month of May, celebrating SMF May, get it? Because SMFA is self-management for actors. So SMF May, month of May, self-management for actors, celebrating 20 years of my writing advice for actors because the summer equals 20 years of Bonnie giving advice to actors, formally, because I probably always was doing so informally, but very specifically celebrating the anniversary of being hired to write columns every week for actors. Let's see what Shannon's got to say. Shannon says, I'm in a feeling stuck place. Well, girl, you came to the right place for Friday afternoon. Trying to flip the mindset, but keep running into the overwhelm when doing the work, which I hate. Any words of wisdom? Okay, so first off, girl, I honor you for calling that out. I am totally commending you for seeing that, for getting that, for catching that that's what's happening. And I hope that you give yourself some credit for this sense of overwhelm is not serving me. Because the fact that you recognize it means that you are uncomfortable enough to experience growth. Because there is discomfort associated with growth. It's just a part of what growth is. So kudos to you. That is phenomenal. So you're less stuck than you think you are because you're already recognizing, I don't like this. I don't like this loop that I get into. So that's number one. So yay, you're farther ahead than you think you are. The next one is when you get into this sense of overwhelm. Most of the time what's happening is you really need to take a break and you're using overwhelm as I don't know where to start. There's too much. It's all just so overwhelming. I can't do anything, which is your system's way of getting what it actually wanted, which is the break. And so when I see myself feeling a sense of overwhelm, I go, okay, do I actually want a break? Or do I want to find one thing I can do? And sometimes I'm like, oh, I want a break. And I'm like, great, then you don't have to get overwhelmed to get a break. You could just say, I want a break. And then I go, oh, okay, cool, I get a break. And then I go, you get a break, girl. You work hard. You do a lot. Take your break. It's okay. And then allowing myself that feels like a present wrapped in puppy kisses. And I go, oh, much better. And I'm actually in a better feeling place like that. It doesn't take long. It doesn't have to be a big break. It can be like seriously 10 minutes, feet up. And then I have to shoot a picture and send it to the Bunbury sisters because Lisa is completely obsessed with me taking feet up breaks. So I have to send those to her on Instagram every time I do it because she's just like, I live for your feet up, taking a break moments. And so when I take those, I have to share them with her. You should have a friend who celebrates you taking breaks the way I have a friend in Lisa and Laura too. But Lisa's the one who's just like, I can't, like I stop what I'm doing and go, yes, Bonnie is taking a break, putting her feet up. Anyway, we should all have friends that celebrate us with the things that really matter, like giving ourselves a break or being able to call ourselves out on our bullshit. Like that's important stuff. And having people who could celebrate that with us, I think is very important. But then Shannon, if what you come down to with this is, I don't actually need a break. I want to get something done. I am really pissed that I can't come up with what to do because of the overwhelm. Then you go, great, then it's not going to matter what. It's not going to matter what. Pick something. And then you're like, anything? Like I actually have permission to pick anything? Yes. 100% you have permission to pick any one thing and just pick it and then do it. And then when you do that thing and go, oh, phew, I got one thing done, then you give yourself credit for having gotten that one thing done, appreciate that you moved something forward, and then check again, do I need a break? But then what's going to happen is you're going to build momentum for being able to get a thing done even in a moment when you're certain you're overwhelmed. And then in getting that stuff done, one little thing, not the whole thing, getting that one little thing done while you're in the face of overwhelm is going to train your brain into allowing you to still get shit done even when you're feeling overwhelmed. And then eventually that sense of overwhelm is not going to feel as strong. And when it does come in, you're going to go, oh, okay, now that's actually signaling I need a break. And then you're going to give yourself that and you're going to give yourself credit for giving yourself that. How you like that? How you like that? Helpful? Greg, the studio software that I'm using is not listed in the vault. We just bought it a week ago. We bought a license with Restream, and I'm using Ecamm right now, which I bought a license 4 years ago. At a time when it was really cheap for a lifetime license. Yay, early adopter. And the Restream was running on a sale last week with AppSumo, and it is going to allow me to live stream simultaneously to Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, which is Twitter, of course. I know I haven't done Periscope since like 2015, so I kind of got to go like log into that account and make sure my bio makes sense and stuff like that. But, and Twitch if I wanted to, but I don't have a Twitch account. I may explore doing that at some point. And then we're also going to use ScreenFlow to capture what we're doing and stream it to Instagram because you still have to do that separately for now. So it's a lot of moving parts. Boy, you want to talk about feeling fucking overwhelmed? I can do it. Cynthia, deleted from the email list. You deleted yourself from everything. That's horrible. Cynthia, no, I cannot put you back on Bond Blast, because it is against the law for anyone but you to do it. So all you have to do is sign back up for anything at our website. So go to bonniegillespie.com, and if you go to the start page, you can sign up for one of the 5-day free email series there. You could use the little box that's just bonniegillespie.com on the main page for just Bond Blast. Sign up for the quarterly call at smfa4.com, or you can sign up for the free 11-day challenge at bonniegillespie.com/gig. And, you know, if you're like, but I don't want all those emails. I mean, if you do the one that is just the box on the main page, just right on the sidebar at bonniegillespie.com, that will, it's like there's a mark. It's like he's got a mark and he knows how to hit his mark. You are impressive, dude. You are seriously impressive. Meh, he says, meh. I'm impressive. Whatever. I mean, my God. The cat. Thank you, Laura. I appreciate it. Oh, cool. Let me also share this link. Thank you, Erin. I think Erin is the one who's putting this goodness here. But Erin, May, Kim, Amy, Keith, whoever's helping, thank you. This is a great piece on what to do when you're feeling overwhelmed. April says, totally understand your overwhelm and feeling stuck. Sometimes I have to shut off my fear brain and make a plan and follow it step by step. April, I really like that. And one of the things that I recommend, which you know from Getting Gear for the Next Year, which by the way is our 100-day program. Those of you watching who have not experienced the greatness that is our 100 days of Getting Gear for the Next Year, we will soon be enrolling for our live round. We did our first ever live round last summer of 2018. So 2019 summer school coming up. We will, all in the month of May, be enrolling for live round of Getting Gear for the Next Year. So if it's something you're interested in, but you think, ooh, that live round sounds even more my speed because it gets me those phone calls every 10 days to help me along the journey and then makes me feel less alone if I've fallen behind. Don't worry, everybody falls behind. Only 6 people in the history of ever finished the 100 days in 100 days. It's not built for finishing in 100 days. It's not. It's 100 days of stuff, but oh, what was that? That was a misfire. Sorry, I'm not sorry. I gotta do my due. But anyway, the reason I'm saying this is because April, of course, knows the fear brain thing and taking time off from that. One of the things that I recommend in our 100-day program is something that I call worry o'clock. And if you've got a part of your brain that seriously will not shut the fuck up, just tell it that you will have an appointment with it at worry o'clock. And my worry o'clock is 6 p.m. And I don't have to use this anymore, but I used to do this years ago. I did this regularly. I would get into anxiety. I would get into a spin out. I would get into a panic attack. And I would just be like, about whatever in the middle of the day. And then I would just tell myself, oh, you know what? Worry o'clock. Right now, I got a lot going on. Can't give this worry my full attention. 6 p.m., I'll meet you back here. And then I'm going to be clocked out of everything else. I will seriously turn off everything else. And I will make my only goal worrying properly. Because I want to make sure that I give everything my full attention. And right now, this worry, I can't worry properly because I am doing so many other things. And then it's so cool because then the worry part of my brain would go, oh, okay, we'll come back at 6. Good. And then it would just shut the fuck up. And I'm like, oh, this is really cool. I'm actually getting a lot done while that part of my brain is waiting till 6 o'clock. And then 6 o'clock rolls around and I'm a woman of my word. So I go, okay, 6 o'clock, let's show up. Let's have some worry time. And then I'm like, where's all the worry? Where'd you go? Worry didn't come to the meeting. I'm like, I'm ready. What do you want to worry about? Oh, nothing. And it's just like a nagging toddler. Mom. And it's like, once you say yes, then it's like, hi. But you gotta give it that 100% focus, which I think so much of the noise comes from being in a place of it constantly trying to get our attention and us trying to not give it our full attention. So tell it there's a time that you'll give it your full attention. There you go. You're not even in the 100 days and you just got a nice tip for you there, right? Use that. Use worry o'clock. It's amazing. Oh, yes. Let me put this in here. This is the link. The clickable version is in the comments. I know, Laura, I'm so excited for the live round. I didn't think I would be because I am kind of overwhelmed and exhausted by all the things that we have going on. And when I say exhausted, I mean from an energetic standpoint. Like my energy is actually really good. I just mean when I look at my to-do list, I'm like, it's full. There's nothing new going on the to-do list. And every day that something comes up, I'm like, no bandwidth. And I'm just being very protective. My boundaries are like so good right now because I'm like, nope, no room for that. Because we are full. We are full. This expansion of the brand is like taking up a lot. And I mean, and it should. It's a pretty big deal, but it's like, nope, no new stuff. And I was like, oh, how am I going to have bandwidth for the live round? And I'm like stupid excited for it. Like just the idea of coming in every 10 days to do the calls, being in the comments every day with a new class, having everybody who's done it before come back and do another round from a new tier, new position, new perspective, new market, a new brand. People have like done all sorts of great, amazing things in some cases 2.5 years since they started the program. And it's so great to get to connect with so many wonderful people. So come join us. If you are watching this and you're like, I can't click on that because it's on the screen, and you're not over here at Facebook where this is around in the comments, then just please go to the Bonnie Gillespie website, and right there on the main page it says Get in Gear, and just click there. And that'll tell you everything that you need to know. Yes, if you want to start now, you can. We just had 3 people start in the past couple of days, which is awesome. Welcome. We're so glad to have you on the journey. And if you are like, I want to start now and I want to do the live round, don't worry. Once you're in, we invite you to come be a part of the live round, no matter where you are in the 100 days or how long ago you graduated. Even those who graduated and then stopped their ongoing membership, we invite you to come back and do the live round with us. And so all of that is fine. And if you're like, no, I don't want to start until the live round, then don't register yet. Wait until May, and we will be having lots of opportunities for you to get into it. Hooray! Awesome. Other questions that y'all might have, and then it looks like the fog is burning off, just a little fog. Marine layer, I guess is what technically it's called. So I'm going to take advantage of showing you, like you're going to miss the cat for a second because I'm going to actually show you the beauty of this space. Let me see if I've got my little cable here that I have to bring around, because if I'm not attached to power, it's like no kind of, oh, okay, I'm disconnect from power for a second. So let's hopefully not lose the connection. How's that? Can you see to the ocean? Not really. It's starting to burn off a little bit. Little bit. Anyway, pretty day. It's a pretty day. I know. This or something better. Thank you, universe. Yes, happy to have this amazing experience. Loving being here. And they have the ability to keep orchids alive, which I will never understand. Oh my God, and that tree, okay, wait, over that shoulder right there, all the hummingbirds. All the hummingbirds all day long. Holy crap, do they love that tree. So whatever kind of tree that is, I need that in my future space. I know, right? I know, I love this place. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Oh, and the cat is like, yes, I am beautiful. Are you talking about me again? Oh, no. He's looking at something over there. Hey, Gus. Hey, Gus. Oh, I think his person is over there. Look at that. What you got? Hey, Gus. He's not going to turn around. He's totally not going to turn around. Any last questions before we close up? Okay, good, Cynthia. I'm glad that you got yourself signed back up for Bond Blast. Make sure that you go into your inbox and hit confirm on the email, because if you don't confirm that you opted in, we can't email you by law. So, we could personally email you, but from a system like the one that's running our bajillions of messages, we would not be able to. So please make sure that you go find that confirmation email and click the link that says, yes, I meant to sign up. This isn't a mistake. Send me things, please. Hey, Gus. Gus, what you got? I don't understand him like totally staying faced in that direction and not out. Like, what's over there? What you got, Gus? Nothing. I don't know what he's looking at. Anyway, thanks for joining me, you guys. Any last questions? Let me just scroll through and see if there's anything I missed as we're coming up on the hour mark, and that is where we will stop. So my mantra for making sure I'm not sending mixed messages to the universe, this or something better. That lets the universe know I am so happy with what I've got. We're good. Love it. And better is good too. All acceptable. All big yes. Yes. All of that. Cool. All right, you beautiful people. Thank you so much for joining me. Make sure you head over to bonniegillespie.com/events for a list of other times that I will be going live. Going to be doing a bunch of this in May. I mean, like seriously, almost every day in May, you're going to be able to join me for a Facebook Live. Get ready. That's going to be a lot. You're welcome. Absolutely my pleasure. Thank you, Claudia. Thank you, Kara. So appreciate you being here, gorgeous. Thank you, Laura. Thank you, Tanya. Yeah, this or something better. This or something better. See, it's good because that doesn't negate the yay for the current thing. It doesn't sell out the tier you're at, but it also leaves lots of room for yes and. It makes sure that you're letting everybody know, hey, I am so okay, and better's good too. All good. Oh, yes. Let me put this up on the screen. Thank you, Stephanie. Absolutely my pleasure, Michael. Thank you, guys. I so appreciate you all sharing this time with me today on a Friday afternoon. Happy Good Friday. Happy Passover, right? Also, just wow. Awesome. Have a blast this weekend. I will, of course, be in your inbox for the next Bond Blast. And again, if you're not signed up, come on over to BonnieGillespie.com, make that happen. And if you're watching on YouTube and want to be a part of the comments, they remain open at my Facebook page. So come on over and I'll do a sweep of the comments and chat with you there. All right, beautiful people, stay grateful. Remember that growth must have been managed. So enjoy it. It's fun. Love you, beautiful people. Till next time, stay ninja. Bye. Bye from Point Doom.